Oftentimes in organizations, when you work in research, you have to educate people constantly about the value. You have to educate people constantly about the fact that if we do the research, it's not slowing down the process. In fact, if you learn about people, it could speed up the process. Because the worst thing that you could do is to launch something rapidly, having never talked to somebody, and see it fail. So do the work up front. It'll help you out in the end. So Netflix kind of has this baked into their DNA as well. People obsession is at the heart and soul of innovation. And you heard Ari talk about this earlier. It is this love of understanding people, despite the fact that technology abounds and we see things evolving, that'll help propel us all the way through. Us as humans, our teams, the brands that we want to support, and the companies that we work for. Research and insights is simply the enabler. It's not the key, it's just an enabler. Start with what you can observe, but don't end there. Be obsessed with closing that loop. The second tip is that you have to make that research practice kind of constant, right? It should be integrated throughout. It shouldn't be the thing that you do at the end. And then the final tip is, if you can compel those leaders, or if you're leaders yourself, to make it a business priority, even better. I want to acknowledge that some organizations are very top-down, and people don't change unless the CEO, CMO, CFO says to. How do you separate out what people may say they don't want from their real behavior? I think it's really interesting, particularly in tech, because one of the beautiful things is that you have the ability to experiment in real time. So A/B testing, which is basically being able to expose a change to a group of people and not expose a change to another group of people, allows you to have this confidence that the thing that you're going to do is working. And it also allows us to pressure test whether or not what people said they want, which is we don't want to change, is actually true. And so oftentimes we have to do that in tech, the A/B test, because even when we do research, we have people saying, I would never use that. I actually, it's not a great idea, but you have to find a safe way to test it in the wild. When I was back at Colgate, we used to do these test markets. So you choose one city, where you're going to make that change, and to see exactly what the lift would be. But yeah, that's one of the ways that I have found it easier in an organization to say, I know you're hearing this, but let's get to a point where we're increasing confidence so that this change is actually what people want. My call to action to you all today, my rallying cry, my hope for you all, and something I hope we could just have a little bit of a discussion about at the end, is that it's not just that people obsession is at the heart and soul of innovation, it's that your job is to make people obsession the heart and soul of innovation. And so with that, I'm very excited for you guys to walk through the rest of this day and your time being extremely people-obsessed. I am happy to have a conversation with you now and even afterwards. And so I want to thank you for your time and attention, and let's use the next few minutes to talk. So thank you.